I'm Nigel, and I got no idea what I'm doing. This time, we're breaking out the power tools. After a lot of other things had gotten in the way, I really had to get onto the bodywork. The most pressing matter was a rust blister on the rear, which I think has been slowly getting worse. I decided to take the bumper off to avoid doing any damage, which, as you can see, was really quite easy. Also, I removed the right tail light, as there was a little bit of rust to treat which I had noticed doing the repairs to the rear panel previously. With the bumper off, it was obvious that the paint that had somehow been scraped off had also led to a bit more rust than I had thought. So, angle grinder time. At first, it appeared that the blister was just body filler, but it didn't really make sense that it was bulging out, so further investigation was required. More angle grinder time. And we always need a bit of self-indulgent slow motion. With the rust removed, we can see that the rust was forming where a fold of metal was against the inside of the panel. The die grinder allowed more rusted metal to be removed. And then I could remove what was probably the heart of the issue. Some sealant that had almost certainly trapped some moisture. And then a bit of rust converter to kill any rust that I'd missed. After that, it was fiberglass time. Always mix the resin and hardener more than you think you need to. Ask me how I know. I brushed the mix around the inside and outside of the hole, paying particular attention to getting as much on the inside of the hole as I could. Then I placed in the pre-cut sections of fiberglass matting, some inside and some outside to sandwich the metal hole. Because the body filler was quite thick, I was able to get a fair bit of overlap outside the hole. Then wait overnight for the resin to cure. The next morning, thanks to the wonders of chemistry, the patch is nice and hard. So, it's time for sanding, and grinding, and sanding. Well, until it was time for body filler, or bog as it's known colloquially. It's a little bit like icing a cake. Where is Lynn when I need her? The bog cures pretty quickly and then needs sanding, and sanding, and sanding. This gets it pretty smooth but not quite perfect. For that, we need spray putty, which is good at filling up tiny holes and scratches. So, with a bit of recycling, it was time for the spray putty. Lots of light coats, as it says on the can, and always remember to clear the nozzle. You'll thank yourself next time. Once it's looking good, then, you guessed it, it's time for sanding. And sanding. And sanding. When that's done, Then it's another mask up for some primer. Again, lots of light coats. And remember the nozzle clearing. Finally, it's time for the actual paint. You'll never guess, but lots of light coats. It's tempting to go hard, but that will just result in a mess. Paint runs aren't a good look. Then, the best bit, the final removal of the masking. It's not perfect, and clearly not the same colour as the car, but this is not the final coating. What's important here is sorting out the lumps and bumps. Then, it's just a matter of putting the taillight back and refitting that bumper carefully. Alright, that's another job off the list. A fair bit more bodywork to go, but I'm pretty pleased so far. See you next time.